Hope everyone's doing well. My name is EQ and welcome to another episode of Stonkaholic. So on this episode we're going to be going over 1inch, which is a DEX aggregator. I have massive potential for this one, and so we're going to jump into this video immediately. So if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, do anything like that, that'd be greatly appreciated. I gotta be honest with you guys, I kind of slept on this one. I don't know why. I never really looked into it. I've heard a lot about 1inch, but I thought it was just any regular DEX. But like we're going to learn today, it's just a step above all of these decentralized exchanges like PancakeSwap and SushiSwap and BurgerSwap and whatever other swaps there are in the world. Currently sitting at 99th position. Currently at $6.91. You can see it's up almost 20% on the day. It was a toss-up between either 1inch or Wink to go on the YouTube yesterday, but I had to make the tough executive decision. Now we're going to throw up 1inch today. Currently sitting at a market cap of $1 billion with a circulating supply of 156.6 million and a total supply of 1.5 billion. You can see the max supply doesn't exist because it is an infinite token, but in terms of the total supply and in comparison to circulating supply, it is very low. So 1inch is a decentralized exchange aggregator which connects several DEXs into one platform, allowing its users to find the most efficient swapping routes across all platforms. Basically that means that you can go on there and type in whatever coin you want and it'll show you the prices on like Sushi, on all the other swaps, and you'll be able to see the comparison in prices and see which one offers the best value. So in order for a user to find the best price for a swap, they need to look at every exchange. DEX aggregators eliminate the need to check every exchange manually, which brings efficiency to swapping on DEXs. DEX aggregators work by sourcing liquidity from different DEXs, meaning that they're able to offer users better token swap rates than they could find on any single DEX in the shortest time possible. 1inch is fairly new. It was launched in August 2020 after a $2.8 million funding raise from Binance Labs, Galaxy Digital, Greenfield One, Libertas Capital, Dragonfly Capital, FTX, IOSG, Launch Hub Ventures, and Divergence Ventures, which are all huge names. And then they got another 1.2 million from Pantera Capital, and others include Parify Capital, Blockchain Capital, Nima Capital, Spartan Group. There's a ton of money getting thrown into 1inch because it is such a great project. And then they launched MooneySwap in winter 2020, which is an automated market maker. And by December 2020, they launched 1inch governance token, and the 1inch network began to be governed by a decentralized autonomous organization, or a DAO. So like I said the other day, I was going to go a little faster on these, but 1inch is so in depth that we're going to take some time, so this is going to be a pretty long video, but I think it's going to be worth it. You can see right off the bat, it unites decentralized protocols whose synergy enables the most lucrative, fastest, and protected operations in the DeFi space. You see they have 185,000 total users, and they host all of these different ones: Uniswap Curve, SushiSwap Balancer, PancakeSwap, BakerySwap, ApeSwap. And the list is just going to keep on growing too, which is the really good thing about 1inch. You can see next generation automated market maker that protects users from front-running attacks and offers capital efficiency to liquidity providers. And the DAO, the decentralized autonomous organization that governs 1inch, enabling 1inch stakers to vote for key protocol parameters and take part in the network's governance. And then as a governance and utility token, 1inch facilitates multiple tokenomics that enables users to govern protocols and participate in the network's evolution, and serves as a connector utility token in the 1inch liquidity protocol for high efficiency routing. Now the ecosystem partners are huge. You can see Engine here, Coinbase, MetaMask, going down to the bottom, Chainlink, The Graph, CoinGecko, Crypto.com. Their website is just absolutely stacked with stakeholders and people that are giving them money. I'm surprised this thing isn't worth more than $6 already, to be honest. But let's keep in mind that this whole DEX move and DeFi move is becoming really hot right now. So people are starting to learn how to get onto PancakeSwap and things like that. So when they learn about 1inch, they're going to freak the fuck out, for lack of a better term. So a quick little peek here. You can see I can switch to this to any token. I think this is the most interesting part about it, is that it'll essentially tell you how it's going to route it, and you can just connect your wallet and it's going to do what it needs to do to get Chainlink at the best value. So right now it's going to be wrapped ETH into Link, but on certain coins, like I saw earlier, one of them wanted me to push into Bancor and then to the next token. So even something like this, it's going to put it into wrapped ETH, then it's going to put it into wrapped BTC, and then it's going to put it into Badger. But all you have to do necessarily is tell it which ones you want, connect your wallet tell it to go, and it's going to send all of this. It's going to tell you where these trades are available, the value you're going to be getting it at, except you're not going to be able to get it like this. You're going to have to go step by step in order to acquire it. Now let's go to something a little more popular, to like DAI, for example. So you can see down here it has all the other ones that it's on, price that you'd be getting it for, and the amount of DAI you'd be getting for your value. You can see 1inch is going to be offering the best value on all of these. So this is going to be huge. It's really easy to use. So here's a quick little peek at their tokenomics. So we have the utility section, the governance section, and then the multi-chain section, being that it shares Ethereum and BSC. Here's a little quick peek at their unlock schedule in terms of when their tokens will be released. Token distribution. You see they're very transparent, which is always a positive thing. Moving on to the wallet, you have 70 plus protocols connected, and it's a DeFi aggregator directly connected. If you don't want to use MetaMask or one of those, you can be directly in 1inch and buy and sell right off of the 1inch wallet. You see they have private keys and all of that fun stuff, so it's everything you would want from a normal exchange, and you have the privacy of owning it yourself, and you have your own private keys, so that's great. Here's the aggregation protocol, which is the one that governs the network parameters, enabling 1inch holders to vote for key protocol parameters and collect governance rewards. So the information services on exchange protocols and networks. So the protocol provides aggregation information for services on exchange protocols and networks. The core part of the protocol is the 1inch V3 smart contract, which performs runtime verification of transaction execution. So here's a little look at all the projects and protocols that are available on both networks. That list is going to keep growing. Talks a little bit about the liquidity protocol and how you can get into farming pools. This one currently is the highest at 216% APY for 1inch and VSP, half and half. So there's a whole lot of fun stuff you can do on 1inch. Pretty much it's everything all wrapped into one. So when this catches wave, it's going to blow up. And then you have the DAO. So you have the 1inch distribution going on in phase 1, and then phase 2, which is early 2022. They're going to be launching the actual DAO. And last but not least, we have the Mooniswap white paper. So you can see that they go through all of the different networks and how they go through their pricing, and then how they can take all of that information, use mathematical models, and come up with an average price that will beat out everyone. All of this is essentially how 1inch is able to beat out the rest of the dexes. So if you have some time, check that out. And let's jump into the real toast of stuff. So I left this here. You can see that we've been in a massive consolidation for way too long. Let's take this to the daily chart real quick. And you can see we've been sitting in here for months. Just waiting for a break. We're finally getting a little break out on the top of the channel, way higher than everything else. There is a large upper wick, which means that we can get a little retracement, but we want that. We're going to dig into that a little bit deeper. But you can see price came up, tested the top of the channel, came down, was able to at least find support at the 50 EMA and ride the 50 EMA. Back into the channel, testing up, had a double top, which flung price all the way back down to test the 100 EMA. And then once it found support on the 100 EMA, price was able to come back up and use the 20 EMA as support to get this impulse move that's finally fully breaking out. It might be the first time we'll get some body that's actually closing on the outside of this channel, which is great. You can see it is in the overbought area, so it can bring price back down, but that's healthy and normal. Keep in mind that the center of the channel is always, well, typically is going to be a major SR flip area. So you can see when I put this line in, it couldn't hold support, fought as resistance, tried to hold support, failed, hit as resistance, pushed down, resistance, finally pushed up, got a hold on support, pushed back up, found its double top, resistance, pushed all the way back down, could not hold support on this line. And when it came back in, we finally got a nice little support hold for multiple days, almost a week, before we got our nice push. You can see the volume is coming up as well, so that is a positive sign. Drop this into the 4-hour chart real quick. Reset this. So what I'm looking for as a potential support hold is going to be this area right here. Main reason being is that you have a couple wicks that are touching, and this is the top of the highest bodies at the current moment. If price doesn't hold where it's currently sitting, which we have a nice lower wick, always a good sign. But price can push down. We just want to find a support hold up here somewhere before we make our next impulse move, because we haven't made a true impulse yet, even though 1 inch is up on the day. And you can also see on the 4 hour, we're hitting a major resistance at the 70 RSI, and we're sitting in the overbought area on the STO RSI. So coming down to around the 50 point and then coming back up is very healthy and could potentially make a nice impulse move. Go back to the daily. We're gonna do our friendly old retracement and extension to see where price can go based on the last move. So we got our major SR hold around here, which triggered this large impulse move. Follow this trend. So based on kind of near price was sitting, let's bring this just a little bit lower to be a little generous. See, the first candle already brought us to take profit 1 before we're going to get our support hold. So hopefully we can get a push to take profit 3, which is going to be around $10. We're currently sitting around $7. So that's a pretty solid push for 1 inch. It could be a lot more than that because we've been in this consolidation for so long. This is just based on previous impulse. I wanted to stretch it a little lower to here. We can push up to $11, so a little bit under a 2 times move. Still nice for 1 impulse. I want to take a quick look at the 3-day and the long-term charts. Yeah, so you can see this guy has a little space on the 3-day. And the 1 week is just forming, but it's on the lower side of the STO RSI, so that's a good sign. And it's looking to break the 7-year resistance, so we have plenty of space to break up into the overbought while this is breaking resistance. So all in all, we're looking pretty bullish on 1 inch, and the project is a solid project with a long consolidation where price retraced down to the 50, which signifies that it really wasn't that big of a move. Yeah, this is weekly. But even if I went to the daily, it's going to be sitting at the 50. And that signifies that the impulse move that it made previously was not very big. Technically, some people can say that it was at the 6180 because I brought this up. If I left it on my original, price did sit at the 6180, so it was an average size impulse move. So we're looking to get a large impulse move this time around. So that'll force price up, who knows, maybe into the 13-14 range. And we're also going to take a quick look at the total market cap for altcoins. See, we're making a nice push. We're holding well. We're breaking over take profit 1. Still looking to go into take profit 2, but we might get a little stalemate here and potentially a price dip with a potential support hold, let's say at 1.19 trillion. If we get that support hold, we can continue to push up to take profit 2, come back down, go to take profit 3, and if it doesn't top out there, which it definitely 99% can, there's always that extra chance that it can continue to go up past take profit 3 and go into a massive impulse. So we're going to keep our eye out on the total market cap as well. Short term on 1 inch, we're looking already going to the $10 range. On a long term, based on its market cap right now, which is at 1 billion. If we go to the list, I think this thing could reach 10 billion market cap. Let's see who else is at 10 billion. So you have Uniswap, that's at 21, and Binance, which is at a massive amount, almost 100 billion now. I honestly think it can get past 20 billion, let's say, just because of who it's supporting, what it's doing. It's getting a lot of these pushes from Uniswap, and it's only going to be retaining more and more value as time increases. So if we are at 1 billion and we can get to 20 billion, that's a 20 times move. So that's $140 a token, and that is a long term call. Don't expect that to happen overnight, but based on what 1 inch is doing, who they're working with, the partners they have, so on and so forth, when it was created, when in the cycle. This is essentially the first cycle it's going to go through. Most coins blow up on the second cycle. It's going to be fresh and hot and ready to explode in the next bull cycle. So I think this is one of those ones that you buy cheap during the bear market, and once that bear market is over, sit on these boys and wait until the top, and you're going to see massive ROI on this. And that about wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have a second, if you could please like and subscribe to this channel, do anything, that'd be greatly appreciated, and we'll catch you on the next one.